Hey YouTubers, I'm Kaya and thanks for tuning into my channel, Kaya's Take on It. So, I wanted to come in and upload a video since it is my 1-year anniversary, kind of basically on Saxenda. So I wanted to give an update, and for people that are new, looking into Saxenda, weight loss, things of that nature, everything is going to be tied in here. So I made a note card because I like to keep the video, as quick as possible, but give you all the information that you need. So let's go on and get started. I'm going to try to stick to the script. So anywho, to get started, like I said, my name's Kaya. Thanks for tuning in, following the channel. I have been on Saxenda since April 5th of last year. So on April 5th of last year, I started Saxenda. My starting weight was 209.4 pounds. And I restarted Saxenda about a month and a half ago. And my starting weight when I restarted was, let me see here, 206.8 when I restarted. So that kind of gives you an idea of this year, and I'm going to get into how I restarted and things of that nature. So like I said, I started Saxenda. When I started Saxenda, I was 209.4 pounds. Within 3 weeks of being on Saxenda, when I first started, I had dropped down to 200 pounds and 8 ounces. So that was like what, a 9.4 ounce weight loss within the first 3 weeks. After the first 3 weeks, things just started to shift, and the weight loss started to like really kind of slow down, taper off. So I'll speak about that too. So I'm 5'5" and a half. I'm a medium build. I've restarted Saxenda about a month and a half ago. When I restarted, I was 206.8 about a month and a half ago, and right now I stand at 200.1. In addition to that, I am taking half of phentermine, and it is half of 37.5, I think, micrograms or milligrams. So I take a half of that in the morning time, and then I take my Saxenda at nighttime, and I am on the 2.4 dose. So let me give you an update for anyone that's new watching this, what the Saxenda pen looks like. So when you go to the doctor and your insurance approves you for a Saxenda, then you're going to get a starter pen in a small box. And this is actually what the pen looks like right here. It's Saxenda, and as you see, it's at the 0 mark, right? And so within the box, it's also going to have like a titrate card. Titrate meaning that it's going to have a schedule saying that, hey, you're going to stick on this dose for X amount of time, and then after this time you're going to move up to this dose, and then after the next time you're going to move up to this dose. So it gives you a handy card to get you started. Some people will only go up one click, meaning, so this rotates around, right? So some people, when they start out, they'll literally just start out with one click, right? So I didn't do that. When I first started, I followed the card instructions to a T, and it really made a difference. So you'll get this pen. You'll also get a set of needles, and so this is the set of needles that you're going to get right here. This is the box for the needles that you'll be getting. My box is 90-day supply. That's how the insurance goes about covering it. But, the needle is handy dandy. It comes out, you stick it in, take off the cap, and you inject into a fatty tissue area. So let me see here. So like I said, it swivels around, and I'm trying to make sure this is clear for you all to be able to see. Oh, it's upside down, sorry. See how it goes. Once you inject, you'll press this button right here, and it injects the medication, and then it'll slowly go back down to 0. So whenever you inject, whether you inject in the daytime or the nighttime, once you inject, the medicine goes in and it slowly goes back down to 0. I suggest that you discard your needles after you inject. Some people reuse the needle, or they don't take the needle off. I don't think that is safe or healthy. I don't know, that's just not me, but I discard the needle after every use. So that's what this is what it looks like I said, your needles and your pen. Also, when you first start in the mail, probably within the first month, you'll get this really cool folder with all these great things to help you, along the way with Saxenda. And they also send you this handy dandy little food tray to kind of help you measure your food out, etc. So it's really cool and it's helpful. Something else a little bit about me also. So I had VSG surgery, so almost 4 years ago, August 11th. So the reason I started Saxenda, I began Saxenda is because about 2 years after surgery, I noticed, that I was getting a little weight gain coming on. So I was just trying to get ahead of this thing versus behind it. Still VSG, hands down, one of the best decisions I made for myself ever. But anyone that has had weight loss surgery, and things of that nature, you really have to stick on top of things. And after about 2 years after the surgery, I started just kind of slide back and resume to some of my old habits. So any weight loss surgery of any form is not the constant fix. You have to change your mind, your attitude towards it, and as well as your actions, and you got to follow through. Like, you got to be serious about that thing. So that's a little quick background. But like I said, Saxenda, I started it almost a year ago. I restarted about a month and a half ago. Let me see here. Oh, when you finish your small box for your sample pen is going to last you about 3 weeks. So that kind of gives you a head up, right? So after you finish your sample box, and everything goes through with your insurance, then you get a box, and your box, when you pick it up from the pharmacy, is going to have 5 pens. I have 4 right now because the one I showed you, I'm utilizing that one. So your box will have 5 pens. This is that little information booklet I was saying that you get. That helps you, during your time, as far as educating you on how to inject, where to inject, certain sites, stuff like that. So you'll get that box of 5 pens. A box is going to last you, oh my God, I didn't write this information down as far as how long a box lasts you, but a pen lasts me a little over a week. But I'm on 2.4, right? So in the beginning, when you first start, your box, when you get your first box, it's probably going to last you maybe close to 2 months because you're titrating up slowly. So depending on how you go up or, whatever, then that'll be based off of how your box lasts you. But I did the calculations on it because I was just trying to figure out financially, stuff like that. Like, how often am I going to be investing in this financially? So this box lasts me about a month, and then I have to go get my refill. What else? Oh, I need to stick to the script. Let me look at my script real quick. Okay, so I restarted. I take a phentermine. So I restarted Saxenda, like I said, about a month and a half ago, almost 2 months. I have a video out there. And I restarted because what happened was I took a break from it because sometime like in November-ish, I just didn't feel like it was working anymore. I was just still at the same weight. I was just looking at like 199. It was just like stopped. And I didn't really know what was going on. I was drinking water. I was working out. But just so that we'll talk about some of the pros and cons of Saxenda, right? So when you start Saxenda, you are not going to have an appetite at all. You're not going to have an appetite. But as you are on it for some length of time, your appetite is going to pick back up, and it can become very worrisome because, like I said, when you first started, you're going to have to force yourself to eat, even on the 0.6, because that's why what they recommend that you start on. You're going to have to force yourself to eat food because you're not going to have an appetite. So, some people just won't eat, or they'll just eat a shake and stuff like that. But I don't personally recommend that because, that's one of those things where you run into that yo-yo weight, where, yeah, you're dropping weight. But, when you start back into your normal habits, that weight may pick back up. And that's the purpose of getting this, is to keep the weight off. Make it go away, right? So anyway, I restarted, like I said, about a month and a half ago. And when I restarted, I went back to my doctor. I had been off of it for about 3 months. I was just like maybe taking it like once a week or something like that to see if I would, see a difference. And I just said to heck with it. So like I said, the weight came back. It didn't go over or anything like that. When I restarted, I was at 206.8. And like I said, right now I'm at 201. So, but the doctor also gave me phentermine. I really wasn't open to taking phentermine just because I had taken phentermine in the past. And I felt like I was losing at losing this weight. I just didn't feel like I was making a winning decision doing that because, it just brought back old memories from when I had weight loss surgery. And I was like, man, I had this weight loss surgery and now I'm back on phentermine. Like, I don't know. I was feeling some kind of way about that. But anyway, so I took their advice. So I take the phentermine in the morning time when I wake up. I take half of a pill. I split it in half, so it's like half of 37.5, and then I take my Saxenda, my 2.4 mgs at nighttime. Now, let me talk about some of the side effects and why I choose to take it at night. There's a great Facebook page for Saxenda. If you get on Saxenda, there's a great Facebook page that has, people are on there, they're on it, they're talking about insurance, coverages, the cost of Saxenda, etc. My Saxenda cost me $25 a month. Also, look for the coupon card when you get it. So if you do not get insurance coverage or your insurance covers you just a small amount, there is a coupon card that the pharmacist will recommend that you take, and it'll drop your price down substantially because Saxenda can run up to $2,000 a month. That's expensive to me. It's very expensive. So anyways, okay, so let's talk about the side effects. So some of the side effects are, drowsiness. That's why I take it at night. Also nausea, like sometimes people will feel nauseous. They'll have loose stools. They're not really going to have an appetite. Every time you titrate up, meaning every time you bump up in the amount that you're injecting, like for me personally, when I bump up again, I don't know when I'm going to, but when I bump up again, then, like I'll go through like this loose stool. It only lasts for a day. But on the Facebook page, you'll notice that people have spoken about nausea. They've spoken about headaches. They've talked about dry mouth, diarrhea. Some have said constipation. I personally have not experienced all of those things, right? And I have my own beliefs of why some of those people you may be experiencing those things, because if you're not drinking your water, you're going to need to drink your water. But if you're not drinking your water, then you're going to be dehydrated, and dehydration can, cause headaches and things of that nature. So, but as far as the drowsiness, I do get drowsy after I take it, and that's why I take it at nighttime. But another reason why I took it at nighttime is because after I had done a lot of research, which I'm sure you guys have been doing research, or you're watching this video because you want to know everything you can, then I did a lot of research, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to skip all those side effects, and I'm going to take it at nighttime when I'm asleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that, because I have to work in the morning. So if I'm going to have any side effects, I'll deal with them at nighttime when I'm at the house in my own setting. I don't not want to be in public anywhere, blowing up a bathroom or anything. You know what I mean? So anyway, so that's why I take it at nighttime. So, so those are some of the side effects. You'll hear other side effects, but I just encourage anyone, watching the video, if, you become afraid of some of the side effects, and you'll hear things, like cancer, things of that nature, like you'll talk to your doctor about it. I definitely recommend that. But speak with your doctor about it, but don't be afraid to start it because of because of some of the negative things that you'll hear, because trust me, there are way more positive benefits in it and way more positive things that people have to say than the noise of the negative things that people are experiencing. So that's being straight up with you all. Let me see here. Okay, side effects. I restarted. Oh yeah, when I restarted, I started out from the beginning again. So I started out at my 0.6, and I am now holding steady at 2.4. You only titrate up when you feel like your appetite is coming back, and right now everything is working good for me hand in hand. But I also incorporate, like I said, drinking lots of water, and then walking or taking a gym class walking a couple times a week, or making sure that I incorporate some form of exercise a few times a week, because like I said, this isn't like an easy fix. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to put effort into it, just like anything. And if you don't put any effort into it, yeah, you may see some positive results, quickly coming forward, but eventually you're going to have to put in some work to really see the benefits of it. So, pros, it does work. But like I said, the con for me was that, the appetite, eventually, the appetite is going to increase. So I don't want anyone to think that, when you start taking this, when you notice you're not hungry, you may be worried like, oh my God, I'm not hungry. Am I ever going to be able to eat? Is this normal? Stuff like that. Like, your appetite is going to increase. And so, and then sometimes, when the appetite does increase, you're going to wonder, like, is it working? Is it not working? Like, what's going on? So, that is my update. That's my 1 year update. I don't even know. Let me see. I don't have anyone videoing me. So let me see if you guys can see me real quick. So this is me right now. Okay. So thank you for, let me get back down here. Thank you for subscribing. If you have any questions, you guys can drop the comments in there, and I will try to make sure that I answer them. When I'm available, I'll make sure that I answer any questions that you have. Good luck if you're starting the journey, and thank you for subscribing. If you're not subscribing and you're interested in subscribing, I would love to have you. So do not forget to click subscribe down there in that corner button, and good luck. And this is my 1 year follow-up update on Saxenda, and I'll post something again probably about 2 months, and I'll give you guys another update about where I am so far with the restart. See ya. Take care.